So in this lecture onwards, we are going to take electrical machines, and most of we have this kind of phobia, like electrical machines is a very big subject, so very difficult to prepare. Definitely, people will have this kind of attitude, right? People will think, yes, sir, machines means DC machines, induction machines, transformers, synchronous machines. These many machines are there. How I can able to solve the questions? How I can able to answer the questions? So, I'm again promising you that if you strictly follow the complete lectures of electrical machines, again I'm telling you, in this also you don't have a more than 20 formulas. Again I'm promising you that you don't have more than 20 formulas. If you strictly follow 100%, I will give you the assurance to be able to solve the questions. And I'll show you that also. Okay? So without getting much late, let us start our electrical machines. Okay? So basically, electrical machines, why we need to study? What is the importance of electrical machines? So shall we study electrical machines just for the namesake for the gate examination, or is there any use of it? Tell me. Do we have any use of electrical machines or just for only for the gate exam? Come on. I hope definitely there is a use, because most of the industries are purely depends upon our electrical machines. Yes? Depends upon our electrical machines only. So, can anyone tell me how many marks that we are expecting in the gate examination from from electrical machines? Tell me, how many marks that we are expecting in the gate examination from electrical machines? Can anyone tell me how many marks we are getting? Yes, of course, 10 to 12 we are saying correct, but sometimes it may increase. On an average, I am taking 12 to 14 marks. On an average, I am taking 12 to 14 marks. Okay? This is for gate point of view. A person who is ESC aspirant, ESC prelims. Can anyone tell me how many marks we are getting for ESC prelims? Just tell me. Just guess. Nothing will happen. Just guess. How many marks we are getting from ESC prelims? It is 28, lagbhag 28 marks. Lagbhag 28 marks. Coming to the mains, 80 to 100 marks. Only from electrical machines, I'm talking about. Only from electrical machines. ESC prelims you will get lagbhag 28 marks. And from mains, you will get 80 to 100 marks. That is very, very important. But as far as this lecture is for gate confined only. So, we are getting from these lectures around 12 to 14 marks. Chalo? Let us start with this small introduction. Shall we go for the basics of electrical machines? Shall we go for that? See, in this lecture, I am going to cover maximum. I will try to complete this one also, but I will follow the sequence. Introduction to the electrical machines, like basics, how an electrical machine will work, what type of electrical machines that we have, okay? And basics of it, like what type of basics that it is follows, like Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, Lorentz force, Lenz's law, like that. Next one, working of a DC generator. After that, because after the basics, I am going to deal first DC generator. So first I will start with the working of a DC generator. After that, how electromagnetic torque is producing in the particular DC generator. Okay? So without wasting our time, let us start the first topic called introduction. So how an electric generator will work. So before that, if you want me to ask you what type of textbooks you need to prefer, what are the reference books that you need, for theory, for conceptual purpose, I will go with Nagaratan Kothari, Blackpad, and for problems, I will go for PS Bimra. If you have enough time also, you better to go for Fitzgerald also. Okay? For theory purpose, you better to go for either Fitzgerald or Kothari, but Nagarjuna Kothari is the best choice for the preparation of theory subject. But for the problems, classroom problems are enough. But if you have enough time to prepare for the problems more, then you better to go for PS Bimra. Okay? Now, how an electric generator? What is the electric generator working? How an electric generator will work? How an electric generator will work? Tell me, is this visible to everybody? If it is not, please let me know. I will write again. Is it visible, everybody? Electric generator. Okay. So, how an electric generator will work? How an electric generator will work? Tell me, I have a machine. I don't know what is there inside also. I have a machine. I don't know what is there inside also. I will name it as a generator. When I will call a machine as a generator, tell me. When I will call a machine as a generator, if a machine is converting from mechanical form of energy to electrical form of energy to electrical form of energy in presence of magnetic field or in presence of a magnetic circuit, we will call that particular machine as a electric generator. Again, I am repeating how an electric generator will work. An electric generator, it will works whenever, if you give any mechanical input to any electric machine, it will convert mechanical form of energy to electrical form of energy in presence of magnetic circuit or in presence of a magnetic field. Tell me, it is mainly works on the which principle? Anyone? This electric generator. I said electric generator only. I said only electric generator. Whether it is AC or DC, later we will classify. Electric generator. Tell me, on which principle it will work? Anyone? On which principle your electric generator will work? Respond. Your electric generator will work based on Faraday's first law of electromagnetic induction. Faraday's first law of electromagnetic induction. Very good. Faraday's first law of electromagnetic induction. Then you may get a doubt. Faraday's second law is also there. Yes, second law is also there. We will discuss soon. Tell me, what is Faraday's first law of electromagnetic induction? Faraday's first law of electromagnetic induction. The Faraday's first law of electromagnetic induction is whenever a rotating conductor placed inside a stationary magnetic field, it means time invariant stationary magnetic field, then it will experience a change in flux across that conductor. Due to that, what it will produce? An induced EMF. I hope you understand what I said. The Faraday's first law of electromagnetic induction is whenever a rotating conductor placed inside a magnetic field, then that particular conductor will experience a change in flux which will further cause an induced EMF across it. Okay? Therefore, that is the statement of Faraday's first law. Okay? Then, write down. Take this and after that I will dictate some points. Please let me know once if it is completed. Then I will discuss few points. Please let me know. That we have already known, but I want to discuss little dig in that. Come on, take it. And once if it is completed, please let me know so that I will dictate few points. Very important these points are. Okay. Below electric generator, write down. An electric generator will work or it will operate by by converting mechanical form of energy into electrical form of energy, mechanical form of energy into electrical form of energy in presence of a magnetic field, ठीक है? This is the basic working of your electric generator, ठीक है? Full stop. Next point. The electric generator mainly works on the principle of Faraday first law of electromagnetic induction. The electric generator mainly works on the principle of Faraday's first law of electromagnetic induction. Faraday's first law of electromagnetic induction. Below that, write down a statement. Put a heading statement. It means Faraday's first law of electromagnetic induction statement I'm talking about. Write down. Whenever a rotating conductor placed inside a stationary or a magnetic field, then it will experience changes in flux. Linkages across the conductor, which will produce an induced EMF, and that EMF, can anyone tell me what is the Faraday's first law of electromagnetic induction induced EMF relation? Anyone? Induced EMF is equal to, come on, induced EMF is equal to Faraday's first law relation, BLV sin theta. Yes or not? BLV sin theta, or we can call it as a d phi by dt. Both are correct. Induced EMF is also proportional to change in flux linkages. Okay? So, then how an electric motor will work? So this is how generator will work. Simply, it is converting mechanical form of energy to electrical form of energy in presence of a magnetic field, and it is mainly works on the Faraday's first law of electromagnetic induction. What is that Faraday's first law of electromagnetic induction? Whenever a rotating conductor placed inside a magnetic field, then it will experience a change in flux linkages, which will produce an induced EMF. From this relation, induced EMF is equal to BLV sin theta, or we can call it as a induced EMF is equal to change in flux linkages. Okay? So now let us move on to next machine, that is electric motor. Put a heading electric motor. Okay? Now listen properly. An electric motor, how it will work? And what is the working principle behind the electric motor? See, an electric motor will work whenever if you give any electrical input. Its response, its output is mechanical in presence of a magnetic circuit. It means, I can say like this also, a machine which will convert electrical form of energy into mechanical form of energy in presence of a magnetic field, that is called electric motor. Can I say that? A machine which will convert electrical form of energy to mechanical form of energy in presence of, here this word is very important, in presence of a magnetic field or a magnetic circuit, then that machine is called electric motor. And tell me, on which principle it will works? On which principle it will works? It will works on the which principle? Anyone? It will works on the which principle? So generator is at Faraday's first law, motor is Faraday's second law. Huh? Motor is first law. So definitely, generator is first law. Therefore motor is second law. No, it is mainly works on the Lorentz force equation. It is mainly works on the principle of Lorentz force equation. Yes or not? Tell me. Mainly it is works on the Lorentz force equation. Tell me, what is the Lorentz force? F is equal to what? B I L sin theta. Correct? F is equal to B I L sin theta or not? I hope you understand what I said. F is equal to B I L sin theta. But here my question is, how this electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy in presence of a magnetic circuit, in presence of a magnetic field. It means this mechanical output is nothing but my force. This mechanical output is nothing but my force. This force you got because the current carried by the conductor or normal conductor? Tell me. This force or a mechanical output you got because of the current carried by the conductor or normal conductor? Tell me. Quickly you have to type. Current carried by the conductor or normal conductor? Tell me. It is current carried by the conductor. Because of the current carried by the conductor. Then here, once if the design is over, can I say length is constant? Once if the design of the machine is over, can I say that length of the conductor is constant? Then, what is this theta? Between what to what? This theta, can I say it is the angle between, it is the angle between, it is the angle between flux density and the current. Can I say that? Flux density and the current. Yes or no? Are you getting my point? Whenever a current carrying a conductor, what is this Lorentz force equation definition is what? What is the Lorentz force equation definition? Whenever a current carrying conductor placed inside a magnetic field, then it will experience some force on it, right or not? Then it will experience some force on it. That force we will call it as a torque. Did you remember? Torque. That we will understand. In future, we are going to talk about what is meant by electromagnetic torque, why the force will produce once if the current is carried with the conductor. Within soon you will understand. We are going to prove also. Okay? Right now understand, whenever if the conductor is carrying any current, definitely it will experience some force on it. Why it is carrying force? Why once if I flow the current through the conductor, why it is experiencing some force? That we will see within soon. Okay? And this theta is nothing but the angle between or angle displacement between the flux density as well as the current. Okay? This is the rule. This is the law behind this motor working. I hope it is clear, everybody. Okay? Within soon we are going to prove. Once if I flow the current through the conductor, definitely it will experience a force on it. Why it is experiencing a force on it? We will see that. Okay? That is a Lorentz force rule. Shall we go ahead? Yeah. Please take down once if it is completed. Let me know. I want to dictate some points. Why it is experiencing force means because of the Lorentz force law only. Okay. Write down few points. A machine which will convert a machine which will convert electrical form of energy into mechanical form of energy. A machine which will convert electrical form of energy into mechanical form of energy in presence of a magnetic circuit or a magnetic field. In presence of a magnetic circuit or a magnetic field. ठीक है? Full stop. Next point. The electric motor. Next point. The electric motor mainly works on the principle of Lorentz force. Mainly it works on the principle of Lorentz force. Underline the word Lorentz force. ठीक है? Underline the word Lorentz force. Below that write down a statement. It means Lorentz force equation statement. Write down. Whenever a current carrying conductor placed inside a magnetic field, then it will experience change in flux, which will cause a force on it. Due to that force only, your electric motor, it means your machine is now about to rotate. Because of that force only. How it is creating that force, that we will see. Fleming left hand rule. From the left hand rule, we can easily identify the direction of the force. So that based on that, we can say whether motor rotating in clockwise or anti-clockwise. Based on the Fleming left hand rule, we can identify. Once if you go to that, we can easily understand. Chalo. I hope it is clear, right? Shall I go further? One more machine is there. If it is done, then we will go ahead with very important basics. Now, next one is transformer. Tell me, transformer is a machine or a device? Come on. Transformer, is it a machine or a device? Yes, very good. It is a device, not a machine. When you will call a machine, if it is a rotating, okay? If it is rotating, then only we will call it as a machine. That is a transformer. You might have studied like transformer is a static device. Have you heard about like rotating device like a motor, like induction motor, like induction motor, synchronous motor or DC motor? Have you studied like a rotating device? No. Right? Remember. So transformer, what is the working of transformer? It will transfer the power. Which power it will transfer? It will transfer the electric power from one circuit to another circuit. It means from one side of the circuit to another side of the circuit. Output is also electrical only, na? Transformer output is also electrical. It will transfers the electrical power from one circuit to another circuit, again in presence of magnetic circuit. Correct? In presence of magnetic circuit. Okay? It will transfer the electric power from one circuit to another circuit in presence of magnetic circuit. Like that we have seen your electrical device, that is our transformer. It will have two windings both on primary, secondary. if we have given any input to this, it will produce the flux. Okay? Due to this flux, secondary side EMF is induced. Once if you connect a load, definitely it will draw the current. It means indirectly you are transferring the power from primary to secondary, na? Indirectly we are transferring the power from primary to secondary. That is electrical to electrical power. Therefore, can I say your transformer is a power transferring device. Power transferring device, not conversion. Not conversion. Again, I'm telling you, transformer is a power transferring device. That is what is called transformer. Okay? In presence of magnetic circuit. Here, what is a magnetic circuit? Here, what is a magnetic circuit? The core. The core will act like a magnetic circuit. Through that magnetic circuit, it will transfer the electrical power from one side to another side. That you might have studied in academics also. Yeah. On which principle it will work? Come on. The transformer works on which principle? Come on, tell me. The transformer works on which principle? Come on. Faraday's second law. Faraday's second law. Yes, Faraday's law. That is Faraday's second law. That is also called electromagnetic induction or mutual induction principle. Yes. What is Faraday's second law? What is Faraday's second law? Whenever a stationary conductor placed, again I am telling you, whenever a stationary conductor placed inside a time varying magnetic field. Are you getting my point? A stationary conductor placed inside a time varying magnetic field, then it will experience a change in flux linkages which will produce what? Induced EMF now. Which will produce what? Induced EMF. Where E is equal to minus N into d phi by dt. Don't worry, we will see all these conclusions in every machine. Like we are dealing with the DC machine and induction machine, transformer, synchronous machine. In all the machines, we will see all these conclusions. Why we got this, why we got this, why we got this. Okay? We will see in all the machines stage by stage. Finally, we will come together. Okay? Where N is what? Where N is what? Come on. Where N is what? Number of turns. d phi by dt is called change in flux. What about this negative sign indicates? What about this negative sign indicates? Lenz's law. Perfect. This negative sign indicates Lenz's law. This negative sign indicates Lenz's law. What does that mean by Lenz's law? What is the definition of Lenz's law? What is the statement of Lenz's law? Effect will always oppose the cause. Yes or not? Tell me. Effect will always oppose the cause. Correct? Effect will always oppose the cause. That is our statement. Lenz's law statement. That is our Lenz's law statement. Okay? The direction of definitely. That is called effect will always oppose the cause. Okay? Yes. So once if it is completed, please let me know, so that again I will dictate few points. Then we will enter into our actual scenario. Okay? Please take it on. Once if it is completed, please let me know. See, your Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, Lorentz force, all are already proven or you want to prove? Tell me. First of all, tell me all the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction or Faraday's law, Lorentz force equation, Lenz's law, already we have proven or we need to prove? Already it is proven, na? Yes or not? Clear? Yes. So, if you want to learn this, definitely you have to read Pakka the electromagnetic theory class. Definitely. I hope EMFT is over, I think, right? Is your EMF is over? Is that EMFT? From that you will get all Faraday's law, Ampere circuits law, Biot-Savart's law, everything. Definitely you will get everything. Okay? But here we don't have enough time for teaching all that Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, Lorentz force equation, and as well as Faraday's second law of electromagnetic induction. Okay? We have taken the statements from the EMFT. Okay? Now, once if it is completed, now write down. Transformer is a static device. Transformer is a static device. Never say transformer is a machine. It is a device. Transformer is a static device which will transfers the transformer is a static device which will transfers the electric power from one circuit to another circuit. Transformer is a static device which will transfer the electric power from one circuit to another circuit in presence of magnetic circuit or a magnetic field. In presence of a magnetic circuit or a magnetic field. In presence of a magnetic circuit or a magnetic field. Full stop. Next point. Full stop. Next point. It is mainly works on the Faraday first law or second law? Tell me. Faraday first law or second law? Yes. It is mainly works on the Faraday's second law of electromagnetic induction. It is mainly works on the Faraday second law of electromagnetic induction. Second law of electromagnetic induction. Underline the word Faraday's second law of electromagnetic induction. Underline the word Faraday's second law of electromagnetic induction. उसके बाद write down below that statement. That statement is, write down, whenever a stationary conductor, I said stationary, remember, stationary. Whenever a stationary conductor placed inside a time varying magnetic field. I said time varying. Time varying means alternating or DC? Tell me. A stationary conductor placed in a time varying magnetic field means, is it AC or DC? Yes, sir. AC. Very good. Time varying magnetic field. Then the conductor will experience change in flux. Then the conductor will experience change in flux. Which will cause an induced EMF across it. Okay? So just what I did is till now that what we have already known about how electric generator will work. I said electric generator, whether it's a DC or AC, we will see that which DC, which AC, how DC will work, how AC will work, we will see. I said motor, whether it may be DC motor, or induction motor or synchronous motor, anything, AC motor or DC motor. I said electric motor working, electric generator working, and a transformer is a static device, how it is working. That's already we know that, but for sake of understanding, just I have recalled once again. Now, let us move on to the little basics that we necessary to understand. That is must, called analogy between electric and magnetic circuits. Put a side heading, analogy between electric and magnetic circuits.